What up, people? How's it going, YouTube? Are we all out there living the dream? The Little Lebowski urban achiever dream? Dream a little dream of me. I have a dream. He, she, they dream. He, she, we, they dream. A little dream. Everyone's looking forward to the weekend. It's Friday. Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Anyone? Is anyone looking forward to the weekend? Partying, yeah. Anyone? Not me. I don't party. That's a bad word nowadays. The word party has bad connotations nowadays. You gotta be careful throwing the word party around. You gotta think twice before you use the word party in a post P. Diddy revelation society. Now the word party has taken on a whole new meaning. But what remains the same, however, what remains the same is that women don't find me attractive. That's what remains the same, is that people think I'm stupid and women don't find me attractive. Otherwise, I'd be married and have kids by now, in spite of my economic hardships. If I were at all desirable to women, they would tolerate me in spite of my flaws, and I would be married by now, but I am not married by now because women think I'm stupid, poor, and ugly. And even though I'm poor and stupid, women would tolerate me were it not for the fact that I am ugly. Women think I have bad genetics. And they find me generally unattractive and unintelligent. That's what I'd like to take the time to talk about on the weekend, because everyone's looking forward to the weekend. All of these surface-dwelling members of the fairer sex find my phenotype undesirable. All of these surface-dwelling members of the fairer sex find my phenotype undesirable and not suitable for reproduction. They say that I am of a lower caste and that I have an undesirable phenotype that is not suitable for reproduction. And they think I am of a lower caste, and they think that I have low IQ points. All of these surface-dwelling members of the fairer sex think that I do not have a desirable phenotype that is suitable for reproduction. All of these surface-dwelling members of the fairer sex do not find my phenotype attractive. I'm telling you. And I gotta live with that every day. Just like I gotta pinch myself to know whether or not I'm dreaming every day. And I never wake up from the nightmare. And I never wake up from the nightmare. But yeah, it's Friday. Partying, no way, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about the context that you use the word party in nowadays. Otherwise, people might think you're a pea diddler. And you don't want to be known as a pea diddler. That's a dirty word nowadays. While we're on the topic of how undesirable women find me, I think we should talk about men's reproductive rights. As in, I think as a man, you have a right to, it's your body, your choice. And if you want to reproduce, you have a right to reproduce. So I think you should be able to, at least once, you should get one per life, where it's like a coupon that you cash in, where you are allowed to reproduce with any single female of your choosing. That sounds like a fair, in like a socialist society, that sounds like a fair system, where you get one freebie where you can just walk up to a woman and then cash in your coupon, and you get to reproduce with the woman, and also claim her as your wife. Yeah, that should be a part of the deal too. Now that I'm mulling it over a little bit, I think that should be a part of the bargain too. That should be a part of the Constitution. That should be a part of the new Constitution that I'm proposing. That on top of being able to use the coupon to reproduce with the woman, you also get to marry the woman, because that just makes sense. So that way, you're not having children out of wedlock as God intended, or the demiurge even, as the demiurge intended even. I think as the demiurge intended in a fair and balanced socialist society, you should be allowed to walk up to a woman that you find desirable and suitable for reproducing with, and you should be able to cash a coupon in, provided by the government, empowered by the Constitution or whatever, and it should allow you to marry and reproduce with the woman, and you only get one. You're only allowed to use it once in your life, and then if the marriage doesn't work out, that's your fault, because you chose the wrong one. But I think as a man, because it's my body, my choice, and as a man, I think in a fair and balanced socialist society, such as the one that is the United States, the government should put an act in the Constitution that enables unintelligent and undesirable impoverished men like me to use a government-provided voucher to then cash in on a woman of my choosing that allows me to marry and reproduce with said woman, regardless of her thoughts or opinions on the matter. And I should only be allowed to use it once, we men, because it's my body, my choice. And it's time to talk about men's reproductive rights, because men should have reproductive rights too. I don't know. I don't know where liberal communists get off telling us, conservative socialists, where the reproductive rights start and stop gender-wise. I don't know why the liberals are saying that only women get reproductive rights. I think men have reproductive rights too. And I think in a fair and balanced conservative socialist society such as the one that the United States operates, the government should provide me a voucher that allows me to pick a single boyfriend-free girl of my choosing, as Chris Chan would say, and I should be allowed to use my government-provided voucher to lock her into a marriage with me, regardless of her opinion on it, where I'm allowed to reproduce with said boyfriend-free girl of my choosing that is of age. I should be allowed to go up to an of-age boyfriend-free girl of my choosing, as Chris Chan would say, and I should be allowed to use my government-provided voucher in a fair and balanced socialist society and lock said woman into a marriage with me regardless of her thoughts or opinions on it, and reproduce with said woman as long as she is an of-age boyfriend-free girl, as Chris Chan would say. So I think that would solve the population crisis very easily, instead of the, dare I say, enabling reproductive rights balance that we have in this current society. I would say that we have unbalanced reproductive rights that heavily favor the female, or the fairer sex even, as I would say. And I think there should be order restored to the reproductive rights between men and women. I think that we do not have a fair balance reproductive rights wise between men and women in our current society. I think there's too many boyfriend free girls that are not reproducing with the correct people, and I have a proposed method that might correct this imbalance in a way that is fair and balanced, like Fox News, and I think society would like it. I think society would like my proposed reproductive rights balance. I think it's a good spread. I think people would like it, and I think we need to take it into consideration. I think we should consider implementing my proposed reproductive rights balance that I think would correct the unfair distribution of power between men and women when it comes to who has say over reproductive rights. You know what I mean? I think it would work. It might need some tweaking. If implemented, it might need some tweaking, but all in all, I think it would correct the population crisis that we are facing in certain vectors of the graphs. I think my proposed method might correct imbalances in the reproductive rights of current society. You know what I mean? I'm addressing the problems that need addressing when it comes to being a thought leader. When it comes to being a thought leader, I am addressing the problems that need addressing. A few of them. I'm addressing a few of them.